NASCAR Championship weekend on the way right here, Phoenix Raceway, November 3rd through the 5th. And one of the drivers in his rookie campaign looking to continue making some noise coming off of a giant finish here at Bristol Motor Speedway joins us to take a look at a little bit of his life and what's going on in the world of motorsports. Join us on the inside lane. He's a two-time late model winner at Hickory Motor Speedway and the 2021 Wendell Scott Trailblazer Award recipient. Driver of the GMS Racing number 24 Chevy Silverado from Atlanta, Georgia. It's Rajah Caruth. Rajah, thanks for joining me, man.
For sure, Devon. Thanks for having me, man.
I mean, you still got to be, I guess it was like almost a week ago now, though, but you got to be a little bit on a high still. How about P6 at Bristol Motor Speedway? I mean, that's a big high note for you this year, but what's kind of been your favorite part of your rookie campaign, or maybe like the most unexpected thing that you've had here in your first full-time season in a NASCAR National Series?
Yeah, definitely. Devon hasn't been the year I've wanted and been looking for, but definitely I've learned some valuable lessons and think I'm in a really good spot right now to get some more top 10s to end the season and end it on a high note.
Obviously, your teammate at GMS Racing, Grant Enfinger, as he's fighting for the championship again, his second consecutive year in the playoffs, and you're looking at getting more consecutive, more consistent finishes as well. 6 at Bristol is a big deal, but looking at Bristol and the stuff outside of the racetrack, you got to chat up a little bit with Dale Jr. You had the opportunity to race it up a little bit with Dale Jr. too in the NASCAR Xfinity Series race. I mean, this is your first full-time season in a big NASCAR National Series. What is kind of like the behind the scenes been like for you? The team building, the camaraderie, the relationship building with teams, other drivers. Was it kind of what you expected or what was kind of unexpected in terms of the behind the scenes stuff now that you're in there full force?
Yeah, a lot of miles, man, from driving to school, driving up to the shop. Luckily, the GM Technical Center is not that far from my crib, so it's nice to go over there and work out and start my days over there in the WISE program and getting my mind and body right. As far as everything else goes, it's just taking everything to make this dream happen. Personal sacrifices, familial sacrifices, and just putting all the eggs in this basket to make sure that I'm doing the best that I can. And definitely, like I said, have had a handful of bright spots this year, but a lot of untapped potential, I feel like. And I'm excited for the last 3 races of the truck season to continue on that trajectory.
And Rajah, obviously everyone knows that you're a big Pixar Cars fan. And of course, you've met a lot of the voices now, like, I don't know, Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt Jr. But before you had your first race as a full-time NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series driver, you were on a Rose Bowl float with Richard Petty, dude. I mean, that's before your first ever full-time season in NASCAR. Like, what has it been like? What's been your favorite part maybe about not even the racing on the track, but just being a full-time NASCAR driver now?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool to do some of the off-the-track stuff, man, to be honest. I don't have a super big affinity for, well, I'll say it this way. I get social anxiety sometimes, and I prefer not to be in super big, environments, but I definitely can grow out of my shell for sure, having this gig. And it's been great to develop a relationship with RP, to go to football games, to tons of different events and give back, but also, represent the sport and my team and my partners. So definitely has been a blessing for sure. But a little bit out of my style because I'm a pretty low key guy, reserved around most places. Around my homies, not so much, but usually I'm a pretty reserved guy.
And so I'm going to go back to one of those kind of biggest events that you had back in January here in Arizona, in Avondale, actually at West Point High School. You and LeVar Scott came and chatted with a few hundred students. And on top of that, just kind of your career now is not just a race car driver, but also a student. I feel like we've all been through trying to maintain that school work, if you want to call it, balance, and kind of gave you some of those kids advice as you're almost done with college now. But how do you maintain that work-school balance, or what are some of the keys that you've even still trying to work on?
Yeah, it's a hard balance every day. Deciding what's important to do and what you can just leave for a later time, because you've got to suck it up and get some stuff done. But at the same time, you only got a finite amount of hours in a day. you're not superhuman and you can't freeze time. So you've got to just evaluate what you've got available and what's important. The most important to get accomplished has been the biggest things I've been still honestly trying to work on.
And you're in the parking lot right now. You talk about sacrifices. That includes driving an hour from your house to go to physical college, go to a physical classroom, and then go back 40 minutes, an hour back to the shop and do your racing career on top of that. Obviously, your classmates know what you do to an extent. Have you had any just kind of weird interaction, or just is there anything weird that people think you do that maybe you don't, or just like the unexpectedness of some people just recognizing who you are in school before you maybe even know them in real life?
Yeah, that's been definitely had that occurrence more recently than not, which I guess is a blessing, right? To have gotten to the point where the recognition is there, and I really appreciate it. But it's been weird because like I'll be walking in the hallway or something, and then a teacher will be like, "Hey, come here," or whatever. And that I'll go to their office, and they've got like my hero card on the thing. It's like, "Is that you?" And I was like, yeah, this. And it's like, dang, I grow out my hair, I grow out my face to avoid that. But definitely is a blessing. I feel like to give the notoriety to the school, but at the same time, like, it's cool because a lot of my fellow students, a lot of my fellow student athletes, that they don't really treat me that much differently. It's just I'm a normal kid, a normal student. I should say kid, young man. And so it's pretty special to have that relationship.
Getting a degree in motorsports management, you're in the parking lot right now, ready to go to class. What's been one of your favorite classes, or maybe some of your favorite teachers that you've had in trying to prepare yourself for, I know you're hoping it's not soon, but after racing, what's kind of been your favorite part in school?
That's a really good question. I think I've had a lot of motorsports classes, whether it be legal aspects, marketing, sponsorship, public relations, and they've all painted the other side of the picture from not just driving. So it's hard for me to just pick one, but those motorsports classes have been really solid to gain knowledge in. And additionally, I think it was my freshman year or my sophomore year, I can't remember, but I had an African American studies class, and so that was pretty cool too.
And so you have been able to travel the nation now, racing for GMS Racing, but you talked a little bit about just kind of breaking out of your shell. I want to dig into that just a little bit further, from all the things that you have to juggle, from just people knowing you at school to all the events that you have to do now as a driver and promoting yourself, promoting races, promoting your team as well. You've been a great advocate for mental health, especially in the sport, but what are a few things that you think this year you've really excelled at, really grown to kind of help you get out of your shell? I feel like a lot of the young NASCAR drivers are just kids coming up through the ARCA Menard series, are kind of in that same phase of, okay, I need to kind of get out of my shell a little bit more and be a little bit more public in order to do my job.
Definitely. Therapy has helped with that for sure. But also just relying on my family, my friends, and my team, my unit, just for, always being there for me and holding me accountable for sure. But, also having fun and going to like Top Golf, going out to eat, going to baseball games or football games and stuff like that. So at the same time as well, doing things on my own, traveling and going to games, doing activities by myself, and kind of defining who I am as a person to myself. So a lot of different things have helped me kind of grow, and it's a never-ending process for sure.
And up next for you in the Craftsman Truck Series, you're going to the mighty Talladega Super Speedway September 30th. I got to know, though, to hype yourself up, what's the pre-race playlist?
Oh, that's solid. So my pre-race playlist has got a wide variety of content for sure. I'm a rap guy, right? So, I mean, I like Raw Wave, which I guess that's not really hype rap per se, but before a race, I'll listen to my G Herbo, my Little Baby, Polo G, Young Nudie. But I'd say before, and 21 Savage. But in addition, I still listen to like some other stuff. So like Skillet or Daughtry, other I guess types of music. So it's a wide variety. If you looked at my race day playlist on my Spotify, but all of my music, it's pretty cool. It gets me in the right mindset for sure.
All right, Rajah, well, I'll let you get in the zone here to get to class and let you go and work on those A+ as well. Look forward to seeing you at Talladega here on September 30th.
Thanks, Devon. I'm excited to get to Phoenix in the fall and the truck series and maybe something else too.
Be sure to keep it right here on Sports 360 AZ as we get ready for NASCAR Championship Weekend and all the festivities leading up November 3rd through the 5th.